Good morning, guys. Well, hey, whenever you're watching this. It's been a long time. I always do that to you guys. I always just fall off of the face of the earth and don't update you guys until like months later. And I feel like lately all my videos have been like catch-up updates, and I keep doing it. I've been meaning to update you guys for the past few weeks, but I keep procrastinating. A lot of things have happened, but at the same time, it's not like I don't have time. Like, I could find time to do it. I overthink what I want to say and how I want to say it, and because I do want my videos to be more organized than what I say and not just rants. But it is what it is. Here I am about to go to an ACLS training class, and I have time, so I wanted to update you guys. But basically, the last time I updated you guys was me talking about how I've been applying to new grad residency programs. Well, that's a better angle. Okay, I've been applying to new grad residency programs, and never mind, people are gonna think I'm recording them on the other side. Anyways, I've been applying to new grad residency programs since basically I was still in nursing school, but it wasn't as often. And at that time, I did not have my license, or I didn't have, a few things. So I kept getting denied until, you guys pretty know how many times I've interviewed, but I have interviewed more after I updated you guys, and I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so I have interviewed more times after that for other hospitals, for different, I've been applying for a lot of NICU positions at the main hospitals, and somebody put it in perspective for me on a Facebook group, because I joined the Facebook group, the Southern California New Grad Residency group. It's like on Facebook, right? And one day, a few weeks ago, I was feeling very unmotivated after I had interview after interview after interview, and I kept getting rejected, and I felt very unmotivated, and like, I don't even want to apply because I don't want to keep getting rejected. So somebody put it in perspective for me, and I'm not sure how they, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's people that keep track of comments and who you are, I guess. But there was this guy on Facebook, and he told me on the group, because I posted a comment on the feed saying that I was very unmotivated, if anybody could give me any tips or just words of encouragement so I can continue, or if they have any insight on what I was doing wrong. And I know that it was not my resume, because I made my resume way better, so I was getting attention because of the resume, but I wasn't able to land. So I think it's like an interview mistake. I don't know exactly, because every time that I interview, I always get to the last interviews, and then it's just up to the managers, supervisors, and directors, and they always say that they go with somebody better. And of course, there's probably somebody that is better qualified, I guess, as a new grad. They probably have their ACLS, NRP, and I didn't at that time. So I think that's one of the things that, when it came to the last minute or last choice, that's who they went for, which is fine with me. But that's what led up to me accepting the position that I have gotten, right? But anyways, I don't want to make this too long, right? But so they told me, that guy told me he commented back, and he said, well, it looks like you've been applying to the top hospitals in LA for one of the units that is really hard to get into, even to get an interview, and you've interviewed for all of them, gotten through all the interviews, and you just were not the best fit, right? And I was like, yeah, that is so true. I didn't think about it that way. Like, I know wherever I have applied to, but I just never really thought about it. Okay, so when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, I've been applying to the top hospitals for the NICU. Of course, it's very competitive to get into those. So yes, that's why I wasn't, then that's what motivated me again. And then I have applied to a few labor and delivery positions, maybe like 1 or 2, and then a med surge for a pediatric hospital. And the ER, I have not gotten an interview for the ER. See, this is the last thing that happened to me that kind of made me just kind of like not give up. But even after that comment, after I had felt that way and I was motivated again, I had applied to a labor and delivery position in a smaller hospital in LA. That I was like, okay, well, it's a smaller hospital. I probably have more of a chance, especially it's labor and delivery. I have personal experience with it. So I probably would be a good candidate, right? Okay, now I was like, okay, just apply to lower levels, right? Because if I could get the interviews for the NICU and I couldn't get it, maybe I can get something lower, right? So I applied to this labor and delivery position at a good hospital. It's a good hospital. It's a smaller hospital, but it's a good one. And I got a call back, but I was at work and I could not answer at that moment. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call them back as soon as I get off of work. It was like at 3:30, almost 4 when I got off. And they called me like at 2:10, between 2:10 and 2:30. So I called them back. I was like, okay, what's another 2 hours? Anyways, I called back and no answer. And I couldn't even leave a voicemail. It just kept ringing forever. So I was like, okay, I'll just call back tomorrow at a earlier time. So it's most likely for them to answer, right? I called the next day, no answer. It was a Friday, no answer. So I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be the weekend. I'm not gonna call on the weekend, so I'm gonna call back on Monday, but very early, like earlier, before noon type early, right? And I called again, no answer. I was like, okay, it's been a few days and they haven't reached back. They had left a voicemail when they had called, and they're like, oh, we're interested in interviewing you, if you could give us a call back, whatever. That's why I kept calling back, but once a day. And I think when it hit Monday, I called, because I had called early, I called back again in the afternoon, no answer. And I called back on Tuesday, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be the last time I call. I'm a call, and if they don't return my call, then it's not meant to be, and it is what it is. So I called back on Tuesday. This time I was able to leave a voicemail. I left it, and it was to the lady who had actually called me initially. No answer. I left the voicemail, no callback, and I was like, oh, this is a sign. I don't know if I should take it as a sign, because I wanted NICU or labor and delivery, anything with maternity, children, I really wanted. Either way, I was like, okay, what's going on? Why are all these things happening to me? Like, I know that I'm a good fit. I'm a new grad. These are new grad residency programs. What somebody else have, like, I don't know. Just these weird things have been happening to me. And if you've been following, my updates, you guys know that something is going on. Like, I don't know. This is probably just meant to be, I guess, because is it a coincidence that all these things have been happening to me, like rejection and then like weird stuff where they don't contact me back and stuff like that? Like, okay. So then I was like, okay, you know what? It's time for me to start. And not that I was giving up. It's just that I was like, I'm almost not going to be a new grad. I mean, I'm going to be new, but not a new grad anymore, basically. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to apply to positions and look on Indeed and what is available. And I ended up finding a smaller hospital. It's a new grad residency program, but it's a smaller hospital. So the time for training is a little shorter than like a major hospital. And I accepted it. I'm gonna start working as a new grad RN at it's not a major hospital, it's a small hospital, but it's known in LA. It's very intense and very hard. There's a lot of work, and it's a population where it's really needed, and it's in telemetry. I don't want to say I settled, because I am excited and I do want to get my skills and all of that, but I felt like I did go for it because I kept getting rejected. So I was like, you know what, just get my foot in the door and then start from there. And I'm not giving up. I don't feel like I was giving up, but obviously it's not what I wanted. But I tried. I had been trying for the past almost year, applying to the places I actually wanted, and I kept getting rejected, so I didn't get it. So oh well. But I am excited to start this new grad residency program. It is under contract, and a lot of people don't like that, but it actually made sense to me. And if you're like, oh, how does the contract make sense? Well, it's scary, and I was scared, and I was told by many people to think about it. But to be honest, like, I just want to get my foot in the door, finish this contract, whether I like it or not. Like, it's gonna be work where I learn, whether it's not bad learn. There's no such thing as bad learn to me, I guess. Obviously, maybe like coworker environment is not as good, but you know what? Like, that stuff doesn't really get to me. Like, obviously, I want everything to be cheer and everybody get along. Is that realistic? No, but I want to be able to work in a place where I learn, and I have learned that although some things may be very hard, they do teach you, and you do learn a lot. So that's all that I want. I want to learn. That way, when my contract is up, I can apply to somewhere where I'm needed and I want to be there, right? And so, yeah, guys, that's all. I don't even know what time it is, and I have to go. Okay, so, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I'm still doing the COVID testing. For a few weeks, it had stopped, and I was not doing it, only like 1 day a week. But now it's picking up again. I don't know why. They called me back and they said to come and swab. I don't know my schedule yet for the new grad residency for that hospital for telemetry. So I still have to do a few online modules. I still need to go get my badge and get my orientation stuff. So yeah, I'll update you guys then. Thank you so much for watching until this moment. If you're here, I even forgot how to talk to you guys. It's been a while and I procrastinate a lot, but anyways, I have to go, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully it's not an update. I mean, it might be like just telling you my orientation, how that's going and all that stuff. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Maybe I can do another video explaining how I got this telemetry contract, new grad residency program. But anyways, bye.